G'day internet friends, 2nd of July 2026. Good evening from me on my side. My name is George. No matter how tired I am, I'm going to deliver today's message of hope. And today will be a little bit different because a quick note before I keep going. Today isn't a money episode. Nope. But how we steward a relationship matters every bit as much as how we steward a dollar. And this one's been sitting on my heart for a while. It felt worth saying out loud, even here, so stick with me. Now, I don't know much about rugby. My friend in Japan, good friend in Japan, knows a lot. I followed AFL. However, I do know Wally Lewis is a legend of the game. Well, he spent this weekend posting a birthday tribute to his wife, last weekend, joking about needing walking sticks soon. The same week, a report landed saying his 3 adult children are zero chance of ever speaking to him again. How did they come up with that? I have no ideas. I really think it's their own business, right? I have to tell you something. In my teenage years, my father was already in his late 60s. Now, I loved him as a very young lad. But when I got a bit older as a teenager, I couldn't find my way back to him. The gap didn't feel like conflict. It just felt like distance, like we were speaking from 2 different decades or more, and neither of us knew how to cross it. But I guess looking back, in hindsight, I think he did the best he could with what he had. I just couldn't see it then, yeah? So it's taken me many years to say that sentence and actually mean it. Many years, long time ago, of course. Now, I suspect some of you are carrying your own version of that gap right now. I feel for you. Because it's not a courtroom battle, not a scandal, but it could be just a phone that doesn't ring, or an invitation you keep declining, a relationship you've quietly filed as unfixable. The Bible has something to say about that. It's in Exodus chapter 20, verse 12. And this sits inside the 10 Commandments. It's the covenant law given to a whole nation. So it's not a warm sentiment about family feelings at all. Here's what he says. Are you ready? Honor your father and your mother, that your days may be long in that land that the Lord your God is giving you. It's a command and it's not a mood. Now, what if honoring feels impossible? You may feel that way. What if real damage was done? I understand. I mean, the kind that Wally Lewis family describes? Yeah. Honor isn't an agreement. It isn't protecting nothing happened, pretending. But here's the harder question underneath that one. What does honor actually cost you when it's never given back? And I found that out. You see, I was invited to lunch by one of the young adult leaders at church at that time. And a really nice guy, similar age to me. It was a really good drummer too. Now, we weren't even planning to talk about fathers. It just came up. And I told him plainly I couldn't see myself getting along with mine. Ever. He said, with God's help, I could. Yeah, I dismissed it on the spot. Politely, of course, but on the inside, I completely dismissed it. I remember thinking, he doesn't know my father. He doesn't know what it's like. Yeah. I wonder if any of you are feeling that right now. So a few months later, my first child was on the way. Of course, one day, a question I hadn't asked myself showed up uninvited. What would I tell my son one day when he asked how things were with his grandfather? I had no strength for that. But I knew the only way through was peace. So I humbled myself by grace and tried. I don't know if my father ever acknowledged the change in me. It doesn't matter now. I do know I visited him every now and then in the aged care facility. And I do know he held my eldest son once as a baby before he passed away. My son doesn't remember that. He has no memory of his grandfather at all. He was only a little bit over 1 perhaps, but it happened. And a man who couldn't find his way back to me held his grandson anyway in that sofa chair before the window closed for good. Now, remember that song by the Marketing Mechanics, The Living Years? I really thought it put words to exactly that. The urgency of moving before the window shuts. Because that song, Partially. It's part of why I moved when I did. Now, if you're waiting for the other person to call first, to visit first, to apologise first, my friends, by the grace of the mighty God, what will you tell your own kids one day about why you waited? Because one day they're going to ask. And a boy with no memory of his grandfather, how once in a sofa chair before the window closed, that moment might come. So I hope Wally's children find that window before it shuts for good. My friends, and that's the message of hope for today. You like these videos? I'm going to encourage you to subscribe to the channel, give it a thumbs like, and share this video. Who knows, you may be able to help heal a relationship right now. God bless you. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.